Perfect. Welcome back to Unsigned Berlin. I'm sat here today with Maliiik. And to start off the episode, we're going to listen to a little snippet of Tiramisu.
Ich hoffe, du bleibst auch noch besonnen ein wenig hier. Süß wie Tiramisu, Girl, ich lieg dir zu Fuß. Was für ein Schlüssel zu deinem Herzen? Ich komm mit dem Imbus, ich versteh gar nichts, bisschen Spanisch.
Am I right in thinking you did the cover up for Tiramisu, or is it for most of the other ones, but not Tiramisu?
No, I did it for everything. Like in some cover arts, there's drawings implemented that I asked people to do for it, and then I just collaged them with like pictures and like stock photos.
How like directive are you with requests for drawings? Are you like sending reference pictures, or are you just like, hey, here's the song, like do what you feel?
It depends. For Tiramisu, I was not directive at all because I didn't really know what I wanted for the cover art.
Mm-hmm.
And then I sent him a song, this guy called, yikes. You caught me lacking actually. What's his name?
We can put it on the screen if you forget.
He's called Blanco Bohem, and he makes music. He doesn't even really draw, but then one time he posted a cover that I was super like just fucking with. And I asked him who drew it, and he said he drew it. And so I hit him up. And then I was like, listen, this is a song. I don't really know what I want you to draw, but I want you to draw something.
Yeah.
And then he just sent a couple sketches back. And one of the sketches had me hanging off of strings of this girl's hand. So basically I'm being played like a puppet by this girl. Which was super cool because it inspired me for the whole music video. The music video is like involves a whole puppet thing, and it's me and the puppet and the girl and whatever. But I forgot. No, I think that was my point. It was just cool because I didn't have an idea and I wanted him to get inspired by the song, and then he sent drawings back, which actually ended up inspiring the whole music video. So yeah, that was a cute little moment.
Yeah, you got a lot of different music videos that have very, very different styles. Are you usually coming with the idea, or is it pretty collaborative with the videographer being like, here's the song, let's figure it out?
Usually I have a pretty specific idea. I gotta say for the Heeckt music video, that was my idea. That was all Xava. I mean, it's just a one shot at the end of the day, but like, that was my idea.
Mm-hmm.
But besides that, no, I love movies. That's why I'm always, if I get an idea, I really want to get it out there. I like draw the storyboard and shit, and then it needs to be as close as it can get.
Do you feel like doing the collages and the videos? You do photography as well and music.
Yeah.
Do you feel like they provide different things for your life, like for your soul?
Yeah, I think it's more so that I just have an idea of what I want it to look like. And then at the end of the day, like working with people is fun, but like sometimes it also costs money. Like I like paying people for their work also, but like if I can do it myself, I'd rather just do it myself because I'm not a big planner, So if I'm working at my own pace, at least I know I can only blame myself, and I know that if I need to get shit done, I just get it done.
Yeah.
But I mean, I just provides things from I guess whatever it takes me to the product at the end.
Mm-hmm. It's more about realizing the vision.
I never was like, oh, let me get into collages or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like, I want a cover. What can I do for the cover? Because originally the first cover was supposed to be just the drawing. And then the girl that did the drawings, she also sent me like several sketches and stuff. And same thing, I never knew how to finish them. And then I was just like, wait, let me just collage it.
The collages are cool as well though, because like it's recognizably your thing.
Yeah.
As well, because there's a definite pattern. When you see it, you're like, oh, this is like a Maliiik.
Yeah, it worked out. That was kind of my thing. Even though there's another German artist who does collages, I found out like I know him too. But I say, man, I did a bit better.
And performing is a whole different art, different skill set. How have you found developing that? Because it's not something people usually think about when they're getting into making music.
Not at all. What's your approach?
I don't perform, honestly. Like for me, I've been struggling to figure out how to do it because obviously hip hop, R&B, like if you're going to do something with a band, you have to rearrange stuff for a band because a lot of what I do is digital production. And then I don't really like the live looping setup on stage. So it would just be tracks, like just DJing tracks, which I don't know. I want to get better at vocals before I put that much pressure on myself.
I really, I've been performing. Oh, wait, this is a tricky question. I've been like doing theater and stuff every now and then, not seriously, but when I was younger. So I'm just kind of used to the stage. Is what I'm trying to say. And then when it comes to performing, I really just refine it over the course of the last year. Because like my friend group and then my ex, they were all doing music. And my ex used to always get us a lot of shows. She got booked and then she was like, let me bring my friends. And that really just helped. Because before that, I was with a lot of people that did like trap or like just hip hop that's really like in your face, where the mood's always somewhat like you gotta get the audience hyped, which never really translated into my music because it's just a way more calm stoner vibes, whatever. So I had to figure out how to do it, but then at the end of the day, I was always convinced that the best performances, just from people that I like to see, is when I feel like they don't even really recognize the audience as being an audience. It's more so that they're just really feel the music, and you can see it, and that's kind of dragging the audience along.
Like who?
Like one of my favorites to see live is Alan Raymond. What's this guy? He does like indie alternative, like grunge music. But the first time I saw him, he came like on stage super slouched. It was so weird. It was like he was in a row, you know? Like he almost seemed like drunk out of his mind, but then he started like singing and just being in the moment and just, I don't know, that shit was crazy. So yeah, I'm just always trying to perform as if it was the like bathroom mirror. I like closing my eyes too, so I don't really get too distracted. But yeah, that's kind of my approach. And it's been working like it's getting better. Like I get the feedback keeps getting better.
Nice.
So yeah, I'm gonna just stick to that for now.
Yeah. And you're performing obviously off season, which is why you're here. Yeah. Can you maybe describe off season for people who don't know about the project?
To the best of my abilities. Yeah. Off season. This is only the second off season show. I was very glad to be a part of the first one because I know Lam. And it's just I don't know, bro. Like, is it a collective? I know that they're doing events, and the first event that I was a part of was at Panke, and I gotta say, like, dead serious. I've played like a million shows at Panke, and that was like my favorite one because they put the effort in to make something out of the location and not just use the location.
Yeah.
And just the people that pulled up were like super nice and wholesome. But yeah, it's off-season curates events with underground artists and gives them a stage.
Yeah.
Puts them on the map.
Yeah, exactly.
Even got paid.
Yeah. How did you get to know Lam, who organizes off-season?
I know him from a while back because there's this other dude called Emmanuel, which is a super freak, bro. That's like the freakiest freak I've met in my life. But he used to work with Lam's roommate, I think. And the one time I was at their place because he kept wanting to work with me. It never really worked because, man, I won't blame it on him, but sometimes he's kind of all over the place. But we were at Lam's place, and I'm pretty sure that's how I met Lam. And then I just kept running into him at events and stuff.
Yeah.
And then I think he just hit me up for off season, and then we had like sessions and stuff. Yeah, it's crazy because I know him for like a long time, but we never really hung out. But I guess it's just
he's a busy guy.
He's a busy guy, and also like Berlin, you meet so many people.
Yeah. You've also collaborated with a lot of people.
Yeah.
Has that been kind of a plan because it's like a smart thing to do in terms of growing music, or was it just kind of happened and you're like, oh, I guess it works?
Both. Because when I actually collaborated with these people, it just happened that I like got to know them, and I was just a fan of whatever they did.
Mm-hmm.
And then when people talked me into releasing stuff a little bit more proper, I was also like, obviously I'm benefiting off it. Like one of the first songs had like Sour on it, and that obviously got me like a couple listeners. And this other song with a friend that would have also got me a couple listeners, but his label was like, nah, I can't use his name. So he's on the song, but he's not mentioned anywhere, which is cool because it was the first song I actually ever released. Looking back at it, but it would have got me a couple clicks if his name was on there.
Maybe they'll find it like hidden feature.
Yeah, but no, these days actually I'm just going for. I'm actually trying to get more precise about features, especially Tyler actually put me on because you know, on Igor the like theme, the Igor's theme, it's like running around like I'm feeling this way. You know, there's little Uzi singing that.
Yeah,
it's crazy. I never knew. So I feel like my approach now is really, if I have a song and I want someone on there, or not even that, before I even want someone on there, it's like I have this thing that I want it to sound like, or that I want to be on there, and then I look specifically for like who's fitting the vibe, which sometimes ends up, it's always awkward for me because I have to ask people, like sometimes it's something I already written and I just want them to like sing it. Yeah. Which I always feel like kind of audacious asking people for that, because I'm like, oh, I don't want you to write at all. You just gotta do what I want you to do, you know? I feel like,
I don't know though, I feel like maybe for rappers it's like weirder because there's more of a culture of like you should be writing your own stuff, but if it's like a melody or something, then it's kind of like, oh, featured vocalist is more of an acceptable.
That's true. I mean, so far people didn't mind, but still, I'm always just like, because I think for me it's just also people that whose music I fuck with. So I'm like, I would have had you write a verse if it was just, oh, let's do a feature, but like I have this vision, so I guess it's always communication in the end.
Was that the same for the saxophone solo on Tiramisu?
I mean, yeah. Yeah, but to be fair, he's also the only guy I know that plays saxophone. So it was really easy to, because he was on my first tape. I know him through my roommate who produced the first tape. And quite frankly, saxophone is just really my favorite instrument. So, but yeah, definitely. I mean, I wanted the saxophone on there, and then I was like, bro, please, please play some saxophone. Did
you go to him with it written though, or was it like, did you do like a little MIDI composition or whatever first? Like, hey, can you play this? Or did he just do the thing?
The song kept adding up. Like we had the beat at first, and then shout out Atlas, the producer. He just kept getting people to like do stuff on it, like play piano, or there's like additional drum production. Then I just really wanted the saxophone. He wasn't even in the studio. Like we sent it back and forth, I think. And then he just sent us like 3 takes, and we just cut it together. Mostly Atlas cut it together. I was just like, yeah, there. But then he did the whole, mastermind
thing. Online producer thing.
Yeah, but no, it wasn't really like I told him the vibe I was going for, but I didn't like. I'm terrible at music theory. I don't know nothing, so I couldn't have even told him like, oh, I want. I was just like, bro, this is a song.
Oh, so if he's an instrumentalist, then it's fine. Like, he can do that.
Yeah. No, yeah, that's how it went down. Shout out Ariane Zinagra. I gotta keep remembering to like mention these people.
When you're writing a song, do you usually come into it with a concept, or are you like freestyling and then picking what you like?
I go off. Yeah, I'm trying to find concepts and then make a song around it. But usually it's not really a concept so much as it is like a word or a phrase. Because writing in German is fun, but it's also super hard because everything sounds corny so fast.
Right. Well, I think it's a mother tongue thing as well. Like if it's your home language, then you, at least for me when I write in English, it feels corny.
Yeah. Easily. But German has the problem that a lot of the language is not being used in like everyday conversations. So, like hearing it in music or like reading it, even because I used to read a lot of comic books, and it's just the phrasing. It seems so
I don't know if pastiche is what I think it means, but maybe pastiche. Like it's so specifically, like especially in comic books, a lot of it's like dramatic and like kind of goofy, but because there's like no, I don't know, it's like because you've seen it so many times and it's always the same kind of like exclamation.
Yeah, it's just over the top.
Yeah,
but like German in general is like that. Also with the words and how they're pronounced and stuff. So my approach usually is like to so I used to make music in English exactly for that reason. And then at one point I was like, I felt kind of like fraudulent to a certain degree because it's my mother tongue and I grew up with German. And I felt like instead of striving away from it, I got to find an approach to like make it sound cool or sexy or whatever the song asks for. Mm-hmm. So I'm trying to always find like phrases or words that I like, that I think are cool. Yeah. And then I just kind of go off from there and try to build a song around it.
What kind of comics were you reading growing up?
Bro, everything. I was reading, like I started off reading like Asterix and stuff, like the classics, Clever and Smart, Lucky Luke. And then I graduated to manga. Right. And then I came back to comic books for like the superhero comic books. I had like the whole Batman face and stuff. Yeah. And then it was back to manga actually. And I'm still reading. I'm on my 4th phone in 2 months.
Damn. How are you breaking that? And you don't have a case on it?
Well, listen, the first one got stolen actually. Oh, okay. At fucking Coty, shout out Möbel Alpha. That's the bar where I got stolen at. And then I got another phone and I got an iPhone 12 and I got like the case for it, you know, like the big Rhino cases that you get from front and back. Indestructible, technically. But then I was on a Lime scooter and I put it in the, like the holder for it. Yeah. And I drove 2 meters and that shit fell out. And I look back and I pick it up and it's like no split on it whatsoever. And I'm trying to turn it on, it just doesn't work. Which was ass because I had the Lime scooter. Yeah. So I had to go to a friend's and then like use his app. It wasn't Lime actually, it was Bolt. And I was trying to contact them, but they don't have an emergency number. So all I could reach was the fucking chatbot. And I was arguing with the chatbot for like half an hour before he like gave me before he had somebody call me. Yeah. I was annoying. But then I had that phone broke. So I had like my friend works at Universal and they always like sell these old phones from the colleagues that didn't need anymore. So I had an iPhone 7, which was cool because it was only $40. But like I knew it was just like a replacement phone for the time being. So I guess I could have treated it more carefully because then it kind of just, I just dropped it too many times. So now I ordered the iPhone 12 again, which I'm waiting on. But you
do have a case on it.
No, this is another phone. This is my emergency phone that always works because it's a Cuba phone. It's they use it on oil rigs. It's like a construction site phone. It's actually waterproof and it's shockproof, so I can get electrocuted and that shit still works. I see it. Yeah.
Oh, this is like the actual build of
This is the actual build, bro. This shit is indestructible. Damn. It's like the modern Nokia.
Cool.
But I only said it because every time I have to use it because I break my phone or I lose my phone, I'm actually kind of happy because it has a manga reader app on there and iPhone doesn't have that. So yeah, I'm back on my manga bullshit actually.
Are you looking like... Are you planning to switch back to English at any point? Because there's the kind of switch of English is a bigger audience, but German is maybe an audience that cares more. Are you thinking about switching back at all, or you want to stick with German?
I think I'm going to stick with German solely for the reason that I have an accent. And like it works if you're Spanish or something, or even for some weird reason it works for Young Lean. But I don't really think it works for the German accent. I think it sounds kind of not so appealing.
And you don't have a strong German accent. You sound like almost a little bit American.
Yeah, it's worse when I record though.
Yeah, okay.
Like if you hear it on a sound, then you can really hear it. I also don't know what exactly it is. but I know there's an accent. And yeah, I did a bunch of English music last year because basically all my friends are English, and like my ex also made music in English.
Mhm.
And then just being in that environment when we made music together, I didn't want to hop on there and make a German verse. That's like even worse than hearing the accent. But I wish I thought about it a lot lately because I feel like if my friends end up making it actually with music and they just turn like the whole world, I'm gonna just be here touring to fucking Wiesbaden and shit. so there's like a definite limit to it, you know?
Mhm.
Which I was kind of like, damn, maybe I should just make English music again until that accent is gone.
But then also I feel like in the last 5 years or so, there's been more like music in foreign languages that's reached English audiences.
I guess maybe you just got to push the German envelope.
Though I feel like German is kind of hard to push because it's like similar to English, but not.
Yeah.
Like Korean's like a whole different thing, and it's like, yeah, K-pop group can headline Coachella, but that's because it's like far enough removed that it doesn't sound weird that much. It's just like a different thing.
Yeah, and I feel like there's also more of a culture behind it.
Yeah.
And so if you look at German music, I mean, German is pretty cultureless. I want to say it's not, but like it's just, how can I say? It's just pretty bland, and there's nothing to. Especially for like US audiences or some shit, there's like nothing to like really grab the attention. Because for the most part, it's just niggas rapping very aggressively over some beats that people in the US used to rap to like a couple of years ago.
Yeah.
So yeah, I mean, it's hard, but to be fair, there's been a lot of crossovers lately. It's like German and English rappers, which comes down to them paying them for verses. But I feel like that might just open the door for like, I don't know. I feel like if I had the right song and I had the chance to like meet Smino or some shit and talk to them, maybe he'd fuck with it. He wouldn't understand a thing, but maybe he'd fuck with it. It's just about soundscape at the end of the day.
Yeah. There's also like doing that outreach of like having American rappers pay for verses or whatever does still push German culture to an American audience.
Yeah.
Because like, I mean, for example, in the 80s or 90s, the Brazilian government paid like a bunch of money to just have people do a bunch of collaborations, European artists to cover like bossa nova songs and stuff. And then that's why a lot of Europe is like thinks of Brazil as such a center for music, which it is, but like they put that effort in to get it heard.
I love Brazilian music. Do you know OG Kimo?
Yeah.
He was actually Anthony Fantano reviewed one of his albums.
Oh damn! Like recently or like
he just dropped a mixtape this week, but before that he dropped the album, and that ended up on Anthony Fantano for some reason. I don't know why or how, but it was fun to see.
Yeah.
So yeah, we up, bro. We getting there.
You did a video in a plant shop with Giosi?
Giosi, the videographer, and the song was Nadi's song.
Yeah. How did that video come together?
Honestly, because we had the song for a while, and then he hit me up. He was like, "I'm planning a video for it," and then we just kind of did the video. It was
just go to the plant shop. Be like, "Hey, can we shoot a video here,
bro?" Actually, I was so pressed that day because part of the video was supposed to be me and the U-Bahn rapping, right? And I was from the very get-go, I was like, bro, I'm not trying to do that. And they were like, oh, we just do like 1 or 2 takes and then we're done. And then they really had me posted up in the U7 with the JBL box, bro. Bro, packed U7. That was actually, I'm a very extroverted guy. I'm a very silly guy, I'm a jolly guy. But that shit was too much, bro. Like, I've never been that embarrassed. Like, I was actually rad. That's actually real, still going around the fucking Instagram where we in the Uber and just rapping. And, bro, I never looked so fucking misplaced in any situation. That was so awkward. And then we had to do, like, hella takes. It didn't get better, bro. I just kept feeling worse about it. And afterwards, I just really wanted to kill both of the guys. But shout out Gio and shout out Elon. So cool video. Just for that part, bro. I keep thinking back to it. But actually, it's cool because that kind of set my standard. Now when people are like, oh, can we film TikTok for this song? I'm like, yeah, but if you have me rapping in a fucking Uber or anything, I'm out, bro. Like,
Also, it's not going to get like, it's difficult to get worse than that in terms of embarrassing performances.
I think so. Unless you're going to put me in a mall having to do dance choreo or something. I think that's actually my magnum opus of shit that I hate. Because public is always bad, but like, bro, in a U-Bahn with the JBL is intense.
The U-Bahn's the worst because people get trapped.
Yeah.
And then they're also like, in a mall, people are in their free time at least. But U-Bahn people are like on their way to work, or they have shit to do, and they're like, oh, this fucking guy is like rapping right next to me, and I just finished a night shift. I have to go home to like 3 kids.
Bro, and you're trapped. Like if you're outside, if you're filming something outside, they walk by and for a moment it's embarrassing, but then it's just gone.
Yeah.
But like after you do the take, everybody's still sitting there.
Yeah.
And you know they just saw that shit. So it's like this unspoken thing of like, my guy, what are you doing? And like, it's just me doing that shit.
You do have a lot of content out though, like on social media. Do you have a system for doing it? Or do you just kind of do little clips and post without thinking so much?
Bro, actually, I'm so scared of this year because I don't have the same motivation right now. Like last year was, I get it was just my start of doing all this stuff. And I really did it out for the love of just creating it.
Mm-hmm.
And now that a year is gone and I don't know, it just gets gradually more serious, and I gradually have to think about how to reach people and who to reach.
Yeah.
Like the fun part is kind of taken out of it, you know? So now it feels like a chore to think of a real music video when it used to be just, oh, I got this idea, let me bring it to fruition.
Yeah, it's also, as things get more serious, better opportunities come up. So like the highs are a lot higher. You're like, oh, this is actually doing what I was like dreaming of doing a couple of years ago. But then when you have to do work, you really have to do it because you have something to lose.
Yeah.
And when something goes wrong, there's stakes to it. So you get stressed a lot easier. And it's just like, I don't know, the last week was one of the most stressful times for me I've dealt with in a long time. And I was like, obviously going into music, you know, it's going to be a lot. And then there's moments where you're like, I've never been this stressed in my life. What am I doing? Like, do I enjoy this?
Why were you that stressed though?
I just had like a lot of projects coming together at the same time. And I also have uni deadlines and different projects being like delayed. And then recently a studio spot came up, which is like such a dream spot to get. And then it felt like just like 4 or 5 months too soon for it to be a viable option. In terms of like getting the right amount of money in to pay for it and everything to justify it. But that's what it is. It got me very motivated to be like, I don't want that to happen again. I don't want to be like a couple months behind where I could get this opportunity. But yeah, music can be stressful a lot.
Yeah.
Sorry, that was like a
no, not at all. It just made me think about what I have to do, or like what's coming up for me. But yeah, it can be stressful. Luckily, I have a tape coming out, and I did like a lot of work pre this year. But I'm also sitting on it for a while, so I'm kind of over the tape. It's like putting myself out there to promote it. It's gonna be a tough cookie.
Yeah. Well, it is what it is. What are you listening to mostly?
It is what it is. I'm listening to lately. They're talking about Brazil, a lot of Brazilian music. I like one of my favorite movies, The City of God, and the soundtrack is just gorgeous, and that kind of had me spiral into a lot of it. And besides that, a lot of Mike. You know Mike, the rapper Mike, in all caps. He dropped a really good album last year. It's called Burning Desire. And then every now and then I'm back in my D'Angelo bag. Yeah, I think those mostly. Yeah. Just like old cuts that I find.
Did you watch movies growing up with your family, or do you remember like why you got into movies and cinema?
I had this super OTV. Like my mom, we used to watch movies, but my mom's lightweight when it comes to movies. Like you can only watch the German taste. But I used to have this TV in my room, this old ass TV, and then
like a CRT, like the fat ones where it goes back.
Yeah, like the very fat ones. And bro, I'm so old.
I had
so
that as
old.
well.
Damn.
And now they really bother me. Like when I was a kid, I didn't notice, but now when they're in museums and stuff, they have like a noise. They go, "Ee!" So the whole time. It's
like the default white noise.
not even just like it's playing noise, just like in the background, there's like a frequency that's not nice. I don't know. But yeah, I didn't notice that growing up.
I know what you mean. Yeah, bro, you just unlocked a memory. I actually used to own one of them. That's crazy. I feel so old right now. But yeah, I had that. And then I remember, bro, one time I was like, it was like my first heartbreak or some shit. And I couldn't sleep. And the whole night I was sitting there. And then I turned the TV on and they played Sin City on on fucking ProSieben. And they kind of shaped my whole taste afterwards. Because it's a fucked up movie.
It's also super different to anything else.
It is.
Like visually.
Yeah, but it kind of also just picked me up where like comics left me off. Because it's just basically the comic in motion. But yeah, after that, I just really got into movies. And also I really like fucked up movies. Not if it's like just gory for the sake of being gory, but like psychological, deep horror cuts.
Like what?
Well, there's the other shit. There's this movie called Dogtooth that kind of always going to be in my mind. It's a movie about this guy raising his kids away from society and not telling them about society. And then by the point you watch the movie, they're like 20-something, but they act like super off, obviously, because they've never seen the outside world. And it's just a really weird movie to watch because it ends without any proper explanation or something. It just gives you the feeling of like uneasiness because like, what the fuck did I just watch? That and Martyrs is also a crazy one. It's a French movie. And there's a Japanese one. It's not really horror, but it's called Ichi the Killer. Also fucked up. But one of my favorite. Actually, I feel like more people in Berlin need to know it because it's a movie about this guy who is like a gang war, and the people from the one gang are getting killed by this guy who's a super sadist, and then the leader of this gang is a super masochist. And it's a dumbass plot, but like the whole movie just leads up to both of them eventually meeting for the final fight. And I don't know, I feel like it's giving, I mean, it's Tokyo, but the topic is giving Berlin vibes. Like, it's enough freaking niggas here to enjoy it.
Have you watched Poor Things? It's the director of Dogtooth. New movie, I think, came out like a couple weeks ago.
It is the director, right? The Lantimos guy. No, I haven't yet, but I've been in the cinema twice this week, and both times I played the trailer. So I'm pretty set on seeing it, even though it looked kind of weird. I don't know if I'm gonna be liking it, but
when I watched the trailer, I was like, this seems like a lot of style and not a lot of substance. Yeah. But then my sister, who I trust for movie recommendations, saw it at a film festival a while back and said it was really good. So I'm trying to go see it sometime.
I need to see it. I don't really fuck with the actress. I think that's what threw me off. But really? I'll give it a chance. I just watched the Ghibli movie, the new one.
Oh, The Boy and the Heron.
Yeah. Did you watch it?
Not yet. How is it?
It got really not bad reviews, but like also not really good reviews. So I was kind of.
It's kind of a hard point to go from though, where you have like a legendary studio.
I guess so, but to be fair, I don't even know when the last movie dropped. Like for me, it's all childhood. Yeah. But like I can't remember Studio Ghibli movie actually dropping. They were just always there. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. I remember Ponyo, I think is like the last one I remember that was like, oh, this just came out.
But when was that? Like 2008?
Yeah, I was a kid. Definitely. Yeah.
Well, the animation looks gorgeous. It feels like, I watched it with a friend. She actually put it in good words. It feels like they did a 4-hour movie and then had to cut it down to whatever you can watch in the cinema. It's just kind of all over the place. And sometimes, bro, there's too much CGI in there for my taste. Just because it's Ghibli. Usually I don't mind, but like I was like...
What do you mean CGI?
Just like, you know how in animation you sometimes, like if it's water or some stuff.
Oh, okay.
Like they had water that was animated. They had this like big curtain. For some reason that was CGI. And then a lot of the times you see it on when they have vehicles like tanks or like airplanes. They also like render them and then draw over them. whatever. But the movie, I really like the character design and the animation, but the story, the ending is terrible. Like I say, the ending just stops.
I guess I'll watch it on Netflix.
Bro, it just stops. I was so pressed. The movie literally just stopped. I was like, what the fuck?
Cool. Well, we're coming to the end, and we're probably talking about things that maybe aren't interesting to other people. But I have a couple of quick fire questions that are like 1 or 2 word responses, and then we'll finish up.
Yes, sir.
Which is your favorite cover art that you have?
Der Fluch. It's the one where I'm like topless, and it's just a bunch of me walking into oblivion.
I don't know which that is, but it'll be on the screen. Earthgang or JID?
JID.
Bars or melody?
What was the second one?
Bars or melody? Like
bars or melody.
Or
sorry, I thought we were still at Dreamer Rappers.
Oh,
and
no.
You said bars. For myself, or what I like to listen to?
What you like to listen to?
Melody.
Nice. And, well, I think I had preps. Do you spend more time on music or visual art? But I guess music probably.
Actually, the same visual art, because I'm not a producer. So once I recorded that shit, I'm kind of out of the picture. It's just like a back and forth of like, do this or do this, but like, visual art.
Nice. Yeah. Well, thank you very much for coming. Thank you everyone for listening. Do you have anything you want to promote?
Yeah, it's Maliiik. It's Maliiik Langesi. Everybody thinks that's my African last name. I actually have a very German last name. It's called Maliiik Langes I. Because but Langesi works because it's easier to find also. It's asterisk Maliiik 3 eyes. My latest song, Singapore Sling, is out everywhere. Actually based on a movie. That's another fucked up movie. I don't know if you should watch it. It's like 2.5 hours long. But it's a very weird movie. They have it on YouTube even.
Very nice.
And besides that, off season. Go to the next off season event. Get your tickets. And shout out my mom.
Nice.
Yeah.
Well, thank you very much for coming.
Thank you for having me.
Cool. Yeah. All right. Welcome back to Unsigned Berlin. I'm sat here today with Musa. This is another special episode for off season. And we're going to start off with a little clip of the song For Love.
Got a big old booty on my wish list. I'm smoking on some dope, it ain't sufficient. No more, I'm out here fishing.
When I was doing my research, I was watching the video.
Yeah.
And I was kind of like writing questions at the same time. And then it just stopped. And I was like, what the fuck? Why?
What do you mean? Like the video stopped?
Yeah. Like the videos for Then What Happened and for For Love are shorter.
Yeah.
Why did you choose to do that?
The thing is that I have a homie that does, that's studying, all this film shit.
Mm-hmm.
And he's the one that actually came to me and was like, yo, let's shoot something. Yeah. And at the time I didn't have really like any big plans of like releasing. Like I knew I wanted to release, but he's the one anyways, like he's the one that got me into actually releasing shit.
Nice.
And the goal is that I released 3 songs back to back and they were all just visualizers.
Right.
But the thing is that he like really took his craft to another level where it's like
beautiful videos.
Yeah. And people were like mistaking it for like a music video, a whole music video. But
right.
That wasn't the intention. It was just a visualizer. But yeah, that's basically, that was the idea behind it. It's like 3 songs back to back every month. And with the song and the release comes the visualizer.
Mm-hmm. Are you still pretty focused on doing like single releases, the Spotify strategy supposedly, or do you want to take a break and do an album?
Honestly, I have no plans. Like I'm just winging it right now. I don't think the album is really like worth it for me right now.
Yeah.
Because, I'm so small, like I'm so underground.
No one's going to hear it.
Nobody's going to hear, like maybe the first 2 songs of the album people are going to listen to, but the rest, nobody's going to care,
Yeah.
So that's why right now I think it's just to wing it, do singles, up until, you know, I gain a following or people, you know, are craving for the album. So then I will do the album.
There's also no plan, can't go wrong.
Yeah. Exactly.
So the friend you were working with, is that Momentum?
That's Momentum Film. His name is Marcelo Hachim. Super good homie of mine. We actually went to the same school.
Nice.
But yeah, I mean, we met actually at a party. It was like a house party. At some point, we started talking, and then I kind of hinted to I wanted to release something, but I didn't have a plan. And he was like, "Yo, I can help you out, this and that." And he did an amazing job. So I'm definitely sticking with him forever.
Was it like pretty collaborative in terms of the visuals, or was he kind of like, this is the concept?
I mean, he's definitely like, he's the one-stop shop. Like, you know, I just showed him the song.
Right.
I was just like, yo, these songs, like these 3 songs, I kind of want to release, but I don't know how. And he's like, all right, leave it up to me. He did everything else. I just told him, like, visualizers, I don't want to do a whole music video for them because it's going to be a lot of work and
money.
Money. But yeah, that was basically how I met him. Yeah.
For the outfits for that, did you put them together, I guess?
Yeah, of course I put them together. You know, I'm not dripping right now. I'm sorry, guys, but yeah.
What are you like in terms of stage presence online, like being in videos and stuff? Fashion seems pretty important in your kind of in your life.
Yeah.
What are you trying to move into this year? Is there something that's like you think's on the rise, or you're just like, I really fuck with this right now? Like
as in fashion wise, I'm definitely going back in time. I'm going like the 70s, like 80s type flare pants, you know, like fitted tops, you know, and all that. Silk. I really am into silk right now. I love patterns, just like simple patterns. What else? Loafers, obviously, you know, like put Tyler, the Creator, you know, but like
back 30, 40.
Yeah, like
years.
Like in the 70s. You know what I'm saying? That's the kind of thing I'm trying to go towards. And also a lot of friends of mine, because I wear this hat a lot, a lot of them are like, "Oh, you look like a freedom fighter." You know, Black Panther and shit like that. So I'm just gonna take that and like run with it. You know, because it's like, fuck it.
What about musically for this year? Is trying to move in a different direction or a new?
I don't have a direction. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm like,
no, there's definitely a sound though of the tracks you've released.
Really?
Where, yeah.
I mean, what sound do you think that is?
Like maybe housey hip hop, maybe.
Yeah, I mean, but if you look into my like discography, like I have 5 songs out right now, you know, and I guess 2 of them are like housey, pretty housey. I got like an RnB rap song, you know what I'm saying? I got like a future RnB rap type shit deal as well. So I don't really like to put myself in a box. Like, you know, I started making music as a rapper, but I've kind of like grown and just like, it's so hard for me to pick a side, so to say, you know, to be like, okay, this year, this is what I'm focusing on, which could be a good thing, you know, to focus on one thing, but my brain just doesn't work like that.
Yeah.
You know, like I make a song like today, tomorrow is going to be a completely different vibe. So
yeah, I think it's also super hard for like this generation of people that grew up with shuffle.
Oh, word.
Like where you're listening to on an album, like in an hour, you're listening to 5 different genres, and like it doesn't.
Like if you see my playlist, bro, it's all over the place.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like you can listen to Backstreet Boys, then the next song is like some like hard metal type shit, you know.
Yeah.
So.
And when you're like going into the studio, going into the like writing process, is there usually inspiration before you start, and you're like, this is what I want to do today? Or are you kind of sitting down looking at samples or anything like that?
Yeah, I mean, it depends how I'm feeling on the day. Like sometimes, you know, like on my way to work or on my way off of work, I'm listening to songs, I'm listening to music, and then something just clicks. And it's just like, oh, that's a pretty cool idea. I'm going to work on that today.
Yeah.
You know? And then there's other days where it's just like, I have nothing. Like my head is just empty, you know, I have nothing to start off the process. So I just sit down and then I just like watch. Actually, I watch a lot of YouTube videos, a lot of
Right.
like production YouTube videos.
Oh, okay.
Gami, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Origami. I used to love watching that nigga. But yeah, it varies. Like I'm very like unorganized as a musician.
I mean, creatives is like, that's what makes it good, usually.
Yeah.
Are you, when you're writing, are you like trying to come up with a concept and then trying to find words for it? Or is it more like booth writing, just mumbling and coming up?
Yeah, I mean, I start off mumbling. I really like finding the flows. That's what I do first. I find the flow, so I'm just like, I'm just like mumbling for like the whole song, and then I fill in like, the flows with actual words and what I'm trying to say. If the flow doesn't work with what I'm trying to say, then I change what I'm trying to say, not the flow. The flow is actually a lot more important to me than actually the words. So that's how that's
what moves people.
Yeah, exactly.
And then you have been performing since 2022. Summer was your first performance, I think.
Yeah, I think. Yeah, I think. No, you're right. Yeah, 2022.
What's your experience been like learning to perform? Because it's completely different. Well, not completely different, but very different skill set to rapping.
Oh yeah, I mean, performing, having a stage presence is completely like I never had that in my head that I was supposed to be performing as an artist. I just wanted to make music. So when I hopped on the stage, I was like super nervous. I was like, oh fuck, okay, what do I do? Do I say do I greet you guys or do I just start it off right there? But I've definitely learned how to crowd work a little. I'm not the greatest at it. But I've definitely had a lot of practice, like every Monday I'm hosting like a jam session.
Nice.
So I'm the host. So, that gives me a lot of experience and a lot of practice with people and, and all that. So, yeah, I mean, there's still a lot to learn, especially for me, being on stage.
Yeah. And we're coming up to the off-season event, which is going to be done by the time this has come out, but there will be more in the future. Hopefully. Yeah. Can you talk a little bit about how you got involved with that?
My homie out here actually just hit me up.
Behind the camera.
Yeah. Actually, he hit up Maliiik first.
Okay.
And then Maliiik was like, yeah, this guy doesn't respond too quickly, or he's like, So then Maliiik sent me the screenshot of your chat, you guys' chat. And then I was like, oh shit, okay, yeah. I think, did I text you or you text me first? You text me, okay, yeah, exactly. And then Maliiik, and I was just like, oh shit, okay, let me check my Instagram, what's up? And then I see him, you know what I'm saying? To see the text, and I was like, let's go, I'm down. Like with performances and all that, I'm always ready. I'm always down, like, because it's what I want to do with my life, It's an experience that I need to have.
Off season's also like, it's 6 artists in a night, I'm right? And that's a very different setup to just a regular, like, this is my show, headline, and you kind of come see me, done.
Yeah.
What does that change for you?
I mean, I guess like, if it was like my show, I probably would have been hella nervous, but I guess that kind of like puts the pressure a little off of me.
Or levels it up because it's more competition.
Yeah, but I don't look at it as competition. Like we're all just human, you know what I'm saying? We're all just trying to do, we're all just trying to live off of this, I have no, like, I don't see it as competition. I guess maybe I should be seeing it as competition because, like if there is competition, then you're trying to one up each other, all that. So that's good for growth and all, but I guess just like for my mental, I just don't like, I don't use that as
fuel.
As fuel. I mean, yeah, like I said, it kind of like calms me down a little more so that like if I fuck up, then you
don't ruin the night.
I don't ruin the night. At least, we got other people out here that are great artists that could pick up my slack, you know, and sort of that. But I'm gonna do my best, you know. I'm gonna try my hardest to give you guys a good show, to give everybody a good show. But yeah, I mean, it doesn't like. I guess that would be the most that it changes for me.
Yeah. Do you prefer doing shows where it's just you on stage and backing track, or more band thing, like you have the jam sessions?
Yeah, I mean, I just started actually like performing with bands and stuff. It usually always used to be me alone on stage, and then the backings and the beats and everything. But I really like actually the band aspect. It's super fun, you know, like you can look behind you and you can be like, yo, you know, do a little something with it, you know, and then they can have their own little solo. It's just a lot more like involved. I feel more involved.
A lot more can go wrong, but also then you have like, you don't have to be 100 all the time.
Word.
You can like kind of pass it off to someone else, take a breath.
Exactly. Just like pass the torch, you know, it's your turn, show off a little. Yeah. And then it comes back to me. I do my thing, I rap, you know, or sing or whatever. But yeah.
Yeah. But hard to do if you're like if you're a rapper or any kind of hip hop R&B where it's like super production based, usually like everything in the box.
Yeah. I mean, I definitely learned a lot because all my songs are like
digital production.
Yeah, digital production. So it's just like, okay, like it was kind of like it opened my eyes seeing like the band like go through, you know, my song and like picking it out and seeing like, okay, these chords, like, okay, in the song there's a synth. What can we replace it because we don't have a synth? So, you know, and all that stuff. So it's like puzzles, you know, it's like a puzzle. It's pieces to the puzzle makes the whole picture. Which I really fuck with.
Yeah. Do you feel like that's changed how you write?
Not really. I mean, how I write is just like, it's just how I feel, I guess, you know? So that there's not much that really changes, like the core of how I write. Obviously, I'm in different moods, or if something happens, this and that, then obviously, you know, I'm changing that aspect of how I write. But it's always starts with the flow. Like that's like goal number one. I mean, the goal number one is to make a beat. Yeah. You know, I make the beat, I feel it out, you know, maybe I sleep on it for like a day or two, but then when I'm back on it, it's just mumble rap or just like mumble singing. Yeah. Not really, maybe like one or two words, like how I feel or how the song feels to me. One or two words, like put that in there to like kind of start, you know, with the words and stuff, but always the flow starts.
Just in the studio when you write and you kind of finish, you just like, that's a song, it's done, let's move on? Ooh. Or is it like, let's change this word, change this phrase?
I'm such a perfectionist too. So, you know, like, like I don't think I have any song that's in my eyes that's finished, you know? Right. Like there's always something to do. There's always like that one thing that's like, shit, maybe I should change that, or like, maybe I should phrase that differently, or like something. Like my brain just like is never satisfied with my songs. So that's why I also got to bring people into the studio and be like, kind of stop me from like going insane.
People like Momentum, who are going to be like, you should fucking release.
Maxi, like Marcelo, he's definitely a great influence on me too. Because you know, I sent him like songs that I kind of like feel like I want to release, or like I want to, you know. And then he gives me good feedback on it. He was just like, yo, this shit is crazy, bro. Like, and then I'm like, okay, cool. At least he fucks with it. Then we can start working on it. Once we start working on it, I overhear it, you know? Yeah. And then I'm just like, maybe this isn't the right song. Maybe I should have, or maybe we should cancel this and like pick another one, you know? Or just like, let me perfect this song. But Maxi's really good with that. He's just like, no, we're keeping this, you know, this is fire. Like you don't need to double guess it. You don't need to double think it at all. So I'm very grateful for him with that, because honestly, dude, like those 3 visualizers that I did, if it wasn't for him being like, no, this is fire, we're releasing this, it probably wouldn't have been released. I'm going to be honest with you. So that's like, that's
also hard, like on the mental health side, being perfectionist, where you work like long hours as well.
Yeah.
You're like, this is like extra 30 minutes. And then at the end, you're like, it can go longer.
Yeah.
How have you found like ways to deal with that?
I don't know, bro. Like,
Deal with it.
I just deal with it, I guess. Like, there's just so much going on in my life right now. It's like nonstop.
Mhm.
You know, like I'm working 40 hours, you know. After I get home, it's straight to the studio. Like, I have a roommate, she probably never sees me. Like,
Right.
you know what I'm saying? Like, she rarely sees me come out of my cave and stuff. But I guess, like, it's also maybe, like, I guess having good people around you,
Mhm.
you know, having homies that are, like, actually there for you, you know, no matter what you can, like, who you can call. And just, like, I guess I'm also not so great at expressing my feelings and stuff like that. That's why I like, you know, music is like my medium.
Mhm.
Yeah, homies, exactly. Homies, I would probably think that's like the biggest thing for me. That's how like I get through it. It's like homies, family, fresh air, you know, just like take a walk.
Hard to motivate now though, because it's like -4 outside.
Yeah.
Like,
I
don't
mean,
wanna-
yeah. I'm also very sensitive to the cold, so yeah, I haven't been on a walk in quite a long time. But I guess also video games. I'm a big video game fiend.
What have you been playing recently? The most?
Spider-Man 2. That shit is insane. I love that shit, bro. Mario Kart is always a go.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That shit is goated. Am I allowed to curse?
Yeah.
Okay. I bet you have to bleep me out like that.
Nah.
But yeah, Spider-Man is probably what I'm still rocking with right now.
Yeah. Is it a home studio space you're using to record?
It's a home studio. So like I have like a little shack, and like in our garden, we have like a garden.
Right. Because I was looking at it, it's like it looks really nice. It's like got the wood.
Yeah,
and
it's
everything.
all wood and everything. And my roommate, I think she actually built that herself.
Damn.
I think. I actually don't know. Maybe
Maybe
not. But yeah, that's where like my safe space is. It's just you know, it's a small little shack. I can't even. I'm quite tall, so I can't really like stand up in that.
Damn.
But it's cozy and comfortable. You know? So it's like a warm hug.
Yeah. Nice. Well, we're coming towards the end because these are shorter episodes for off season. Got some quick fire questions for you.
Like fast questions.
Hopefully, though I did this with I did this morning as well.
It wasn't
with
fast.
Gami, and some like 1 or 2 of them were fast, but the rest were like kind of long, which is fine. We can go longer as well.
Hey, cool. Yeah.
So first of all, what does off season symbolize to you?
Off season symbolizes a big opportunity for me. You know, like I'm not known. You know, not a lot of people know that I exist and all that. And I'm going to perform with some big names. You know, some cool people, some people that I actually fuck with. So yeah, that's like I'm very excited for it because that's like it's opening a new door for me.
Nice.
As to like meeting new people, you know, like business wise and just homies wise, you know, just like cool people all around. So you know.
Nice. What's the favorite cover of your singles?
Ooh, For Love for sure. Ooh, damn, that's kind of hard.
You got good covers and there's a good variety as well.
Yeah. I mean, For Love is really good, but I think maybe Then What Happened.
Okay.
That's that painting with the afro.
Yeah.
That was super cool.
Who did that?
It was actually AI.
Oh damn! it looks good for
Yeah,
yeah.
dude, it looks really good.
Yeah.
Yeah. I was just like, I went on what you call it? There's this photo.
Like Dali or something.
Dali, yeah,
Oh, okay,
Dali 2. I was just like experimenting with it. I was just like, okay. Afro acid, man, you know, just like something, bro, like something with an afro. That's what I said. And then that popped up and I was like, that's perfect. Taking that.
Gold Link or Channel Threads?
Whew. Gold Link.
Timberland or Pharrell?
Oh, I can't choose. I fucking love both of them. I actually, damn, Pharrell did do a lot though. Timberland also. I can't choose.
Okay.
I'm sorry, I can't.
And melodies or bars?
That is also a tough one. I'm gonna say This might be controversial. This might be controversial because I'm a rapper, but I'm a melody fan.
Nice. Well, melodies is what people remember. Bars is what people connect with.
But the thing is like in bars too, there's melody. So
yeah.
You know, and like the flow, cadence, and all that. So
yeah. Nice. That's all quick fire
That's
questions. It? Yeah.
All right.
Nice little quick episode. Do you have anything you want to promote? Off season will have happened by the time this comes out.
Oh damn.
Anything else?
I guess just check me out, dude. Like
everything will be in the description. Yeah.
I'm only human. I know you see me on the screen, but you know, like just reach out if you have anything to say. If you love my music or anything, just say something. It means a lot.
Nice. Well, thank you very much for coming.
No problem, man. Thank you.
Awesome.
Let's go.
Quick.